Let me warn you, these latest clips are very disturbing. We've had to edit them to put them on TV, and there are a lot of words we still can't broadcast to you. Mayor Fouts here at City Hall today still denying they are him, and his denials came at a Dr. Martin Luther King Day holiday event here.
All this is designed to do is to distract, to divide, and destroy. That's all it's designed to do, and I'm not going to let that happen on Martin Luther King Day.
We'll come back to the mayor when we can get closer to him at this event. First, listen to the latest clips he's denying are him.
You know, blacks do look like chimpanzees. I was watching this black woman with her daughter, and they look like two chimps. Their mouths were elongated out, you know, duckish look. I remember this one kid in my class, I told you, some years ago, he said, we have a party store. He says, my dad have rules. What are they? Only 2 at a time.
Some other clips has the voice sounding like the mayor, who's in his 70s, talking about dating older women.
Think I want to date a 60-year-old hag? That I'm not interested in any old ugly hag. I think after a certain age, they're all dried up, washed up, burned out. They're when they're young, and when they get old, they're just mean, hateful, dried up old.
It didn't take long for the latest clips to get noticed around Metro Detroit. The National Action Network Detroit political director Sam Riddle says Mayor Fouts needs to go.
This is a guy that needs to seek counseling. He's a liar. He's delusional. We know that's the mayor. The mayor knows that's the mayor, and he should quit deceiving himself. Mayor Fouts needs to quit. Resign now.
Also at this Detroit event, we played the tapes for Michigan Senator Gary Peters.
He needs to reconsider whether or not he can effectively serve the people of his community.
Resign?
It certainly will be his decision, but I would certainly think that it'll be very difficult, if not impossible, for him to be able to do his job.
Back at Warren City Hall, Mayor Fouts tried to get out of the public event with limited comment.
That is an engineered tape inspired by Mark Hackle, just like the last one. It is not me.
You don't have a comment.
It is not me at all. No, I came here to
It's very clear audio, Mayor.
I came here to include diversity.
Okay. Did you hear the comments that were made?
So you can see Mayor Fouts close the door, and that was it. He says this is just the latest in his ongoing feud with Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle, but I can tell you Hackle had nothing to do with these tapes coming out today. Next hour at 6, Are They the Mayor? We're going to talk with a voice print expert, an expert in forensics, and bring you that report then. Heather?
Jim, do we know the context of these tapes, who recorded them and when?
Yeah, these were released today by the Motor City muckraker, Steve Neveling, a former reporter with the Detroit Free Press. He says he got them from someone who used to be in closed-door meetings with Mayor Fouts, but beyond that, he's not going to divulge his confidential source.
Of course not. All right. Thank you, Jim.
Our team coverage continues now with Jennifer Ann Wilson, who attended that Martin Luther King Day celebration in Warren. First of all, Jennifer, what was the reaction from city employees and other people there with the mayor there also?
Well, you know, most of those people, Stephen, hadn't actually ever heard the recordings. I described some of the things that were in them and even offered to let people listen to them on my phone, and every single person declined. Surprisingly, they said whether or not he said those things, they believe Fouts' actions speak louder than his words. A beautiful celebration of Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy through song and spoken word began in Warren just minutes after shocking audio was released of a man, allegedly Mayor Jim Fouts, making derogatory comments.
For him to act like it's okay to call us chimpanzees, it brings tears to my eyes.
Who was actually behind the tapes? Why would they take this occasion to hijack this occasion to bring out those tapes? I think that's very disingenuous. I think that it's a very undermining of the event and the life and the legacy of Dr. King.
At the celebration, Fouts said the recordings are fakes. He also introduced the city's new diversity coordinator, who tells me that whether those recordings are real or not don't impact his job.
I've sat across the table from people here in Macomb County who use the N-word and still negotiated with them. I'm not deterred.
So if
I am not deterred.
You don't think it would be a problem leading the city, though, with somebody who says things like that?
I believe that I have all of the resources that I need in order to effectively do my job.
Yeah, surprisingly, really, most of the people I spoke with there said they're not interested in hearing those tapes and that they believe their community has improved under Mayor Fouts' leadership. And they said they think that's more important than what he may or may not have said behind closed doors. Of course, they were very focused on celebrating Martin Luther King Jr.'s day today. Perhaps that will change once the audio is listened to. Reporting live, I'm Jennifer Ann Wilson, 7 Action News.
Jennifer Ann, thank you for the live report.